Hey travelers, welcome back to Laura's Travel Talk. Today we're going to review the vacation my husband and I just took of 8 fabulous days in Tokyo. I can't tell you how much we loved Japan. It was fantastic. And we flew in and we were there for 8 days, and my sister and her husband joined us, and then we had 4 other friends who came a couple days later, and you'll get to see all of the fun we had while we were in Japan. So I hope you can sit back and enjoy the trip that we took. There's Carrie and I on the flight. He loves to shut that window when we're in business class where we sleep. Thinks it's funny. Anyway, sit back and enjoy while we look at 8 days in Tokyo. So first off, we landed in Japan. We flew into Narita Airport because we got a great deal on some business class seats. But if you fly into Haneda, it's a lot closer to downtown. But as you can see, we got our little Pasmo card, which you can get at a lot of machines all over the city. And you can load it up with money to use in vending machines, get on the train for little one-off stops. If you're not going to be going from big city to big city, you really don't need a train pass. And then that green line on the map is the Yamanote line. And if you're staying in Shinjuku or Shibuya, as we were, it's really easy to get over to a lot of the stops that you want to make. Akihabara is where we went. Shinagawa. You can see it just kind of makes an oval around. So it's a great place to stay. And a quick tip that I want to share with you was a tip that somebody gave me. And I am telling you, Google Maps and Google Translate are going to be your best friends, because although a lot of things are in English, it's still confusing. And it is a lot of neighborhoods and a big city to get around in. You can see these maps that I left you. And if you're just in Tokyo, you see the train line, but you're going to want to go to Shibuya, Shinjuku, Roppongi Hills, Shinagawa, Ginza. Disneyland is over by Ginza, Akihabara, Asakusa. I mean, all those areas have stuff to look at, and so you have to be strategic. And what I did was recommended to me. I took Google Maps at home before I left, and I dropped a pin on every place that I thought I might want to go to, whether I was going or not. And then you have a look at that and you determine by all those pins where you should probably stay, because although the transportation is fantastic in Tokyo, you spend a lot of time if you have to keep going over to the train station or wait for a train or get back and forth. Sometimes it's quicker to take an Uber than a train. It just depends on time of day and where you're going, etc. Anyway, those were words of wisdom that saved my backside, I'll tell you that. We were in Shibuya. We stayed at this hotel, which was perfect. There was a restaurant downstairs that had a stone pizza oven. I know. So we had pizza in Tokyo. And then on the right there is what our beds look like in our room. They're up on platforms like that. It's kind of cool. Quarters are kind of tight, as you can imagine, in Japan, but it did the trick. And then we went out to Akihabara, which is the home of this Yodobashi Akiba electronics store, or camera store as it's called, but it is a 9-floor crazy, and it has everything from washers and dryers to electronic toilets to musical instruments to any kind of camera or computer or electronic device your little heart can dream of, because I went in and bought a creator camera, which I love. And on the 9th floor, there is also a driving range and batting cages. I don't think Best Buy has that here. And then this is what Electric Town looks like at night, over there where that store is. And this is where there's a lot of anime and electronics kind of stuff, which am not really into anime, so we had to look at it, take pictures, and move on. Okay guys, we decided to go to dinner at the Shibuya Scramble. Are we idiots? So we decided to dine there so we could look out the window at this craziness. And when the light turns green, and that's even, say, a Wednesday night or a Thursday night. It's not even busy yet, but it is fun to watch. Crazy. The next day, I think we went to this sumo lunch where you get to watch demonstrations of the sumos and get some information about the sport. And then they do samples where they take people out of the audience and do little exercises. And then they put on a little event for you to show you what it's like, what's and they feed you lunch. We had these pork cutlets, which were fantastic, and some cabbage and that wonderful soup. And at the end, they take pictures with everybody. It was a lot of fun. It was a fun day. So this is my husband just being silly outside of the sumo lunch restaurant place. After it was over, we went over to one of the stores that has a lot of the gacha balls. Actually, they're gashu-shan balls, but they're the little capsules that have little toys in them that people collect, not just children. Takashita Street, which is one of those famous alley type streets with shop after shop after shop. We got out of here at like 7 a.m. Most of the stuff doesn't open for a while. But look at this mother of pearl. They're all crepes and all these different flavors. You got savory on the bottom, egg, ham, tuna, and then you've got ice creams, cheesecakes, strawberries. They love strawberries in Japan. Fantastico. Whoops, wrong country. We're still on Takashita Street, but now everything's open. You can tell by all the crowds walking up and down. It's chaos because it's Saturday. But we're going to go to one of the gacha ball shops right now and see what's what.
Harajuku.
But that's where I've been looking to go. That strawberry fetish. They have strawberries on a stick.
Oh, those are potatoes.
And it looks delicious.
Look, those are potatoes that are cut in the...
Oh. Very cool. Potato on a stick. And then this thing is, the outside is the texture of a ice cream cone. And then it's got delicious vanilla ice cream. It's got that sliver of chocolate in the middle. And then on the inside of the cone, it's also got some chocolate on it. It is delicious. God bless 7-Eleven. So this next place, I cannot recommend enough. It's called TeamLab Borderless. And it's almost indescribable, but you can look it up because I'll put a link in the comments, as I will for every spot that we went to, because I would love for you to leave comments for me because they help me greatly, and I'm trying to do a contest with YouTube, so check my comments and leave some for me, please. But this place is kind of otherworldly when you get into certain rooms. There's different rooms all over and they all have different themes. Like the one here on the right is you're just immersed in lights or shapes or things on the walls that you put your hand on and they follow your hand or they follow your feet. Oh my gosh, it is so awesome. So I keep trying to capture the moment, but it's very hard to do that with the lights swirling all around you. I mean, you just get overwhelmed a little bit. In this one, my friend and I started feeling overwhelmed, and it's under your feet and it's above your head, and we kind of felt like we were going to heaven. It was unbelievable. We're a mess. So here's a couple of our friends trying to take pictures. I'm trying to take pictures. My husband's behind them. You can't describe it. And then you go into the next room and there's a group of butterflies flying across the top of your head. And if you put your hand on the wall, they'll all gather at your hand. It's kind of hard to describe, like I said, but it's pretty cool.
Well, it's already got the show.
Look at all the butterflies, you guys. They're all around our head, behind us. And watch Carrie put his hand up.
Oh,
There they
how do you
are.
do it? Down here, you see it?
It's insanity. It's beautiful. So in case the audio was too quiet on that last one, I was saying how when the butterflies are flying all over, you put your hand up on the wall and they will gather at your hand and you keep moving. They also trace your footsteps and they follow your feet down there on the ground. Again, another cool thing about this place. And then you can get lost because there's multiple rooms and it's dark and you don't know which room you've been in and which room you need to go to. So along the walls, once in a while, you'll see these frogs or other critters cruising along in a direction and kind of waving. So you get the feeling that you're supposed to go that way. But those flowers up on the wall, if you touch the stem, they would turn into a bloom and then fall to the ground. Unbelievable. So we continue to walk through. Our friends are all over the place. Nobody can find each other. And you see my husband and I posing because we still can't believe how beautiful it is here. It's just, we're so glad that we came to this place. And you can see how wonderful it is. You just put your hands up and those flowers bloom. And then this is our friend Alex walking along the wall with the creatures in the same position. Kind of fun. And this was the sign at the location. So I hope that you can get out there and enjoy it too. So I know this video is running a little bit long, but it's just such a fabulous place that I want to make sure and try to capture the best I can. This was the next day when my sister and my husband and I stopped and had some ramen at one of the little street restaurants, and it was so good. Ramen and dumplings. And then our other friends caught up with us. That's Michelle and Stacy on the other side and me in the middle out at the Senso-ji temple. That was fabulous. We got to do a little blessing. We had incense burned on us to cleanse. And then there were temple statues all over. Really a cool place. And then just out there and enjoying the whole place and the whole feel of the serenity of the temple. And then you burst out upon the groups of people that are endless, but it just feels like you're in your own world. You don't even kind of notice the people until you're trying to get through the crowd a little bit. And then they also have around the corner a place where you can get your fortune. You donate a little bit of money to the temple, and then you shake this thing and get your fortune out like my husband's doing here. So then in Nasukasa, we went on these monkey cart go-karts riding, and it is crazy. And everybody has on funky clothes, and I have to wear my glasses, so I couldn't wear funny glasses. But we had so much fun. And I'm telling you, you're about 6 inches from the ground. And you're driving 45, 50 miles an hour through the city at night, through the traffic. And it's hilarious. And all you can do is laugh. Because you just have on a lap belt and an international driver's license and go. I'm telling you, if we were here, we'd have to sign 12 releases and have on a helmet and a 5-point harness, whatever. We had a blast. So on this one, we went out for Shabu-shabu with my sister and her husband.
That's Carrie's choices.
I think this one's in Shibuya. Maybe Shinjuku. No, it's in Shibuya. And it was the most delicious because They gave us sukiyaki and shabu-shabu. And oh my gosh, my brother-in-law was over the moon. He kept talking about how good it was, and we were gonna try to do that when we got home. The two ladies that were helping us at the table came over and they laid out all the meats and the vegetables in some of the sauces to show everybody what they were supposed to do in case we didn't know what we were doing. And I'm telling you, delicious. Delicious. I also wanted to add in this statue of Hachiko, the loyal Akita dog. And that's a picture of him and his owner, the professor. And this is right outside of Shibuya train station. And if you don't know the story about Hachiko, it will rip your heart out. And I'll leave a link so that you can read about it. But basically, Hachiko, and it was made into a movie, was loyal to his owner and walked him to the train station every day and then came back and waited for him to get home every day. And then his owner died unexpectedly. But Hachiko didn't know. And every day he came to the train station and waited for him for almost 10 years. Loyalty to the end. Love that story. Look it up. So we're not taking a picture, we're taking a video.
Excellent.
Everybody's eating their kebab.
It's so good.
Delicious. Welcome to Shibuya. We're going to the highball bar. Get some after dinner cocktails. Let's go. I'm not sure why this picture cut off, but it got down to 3 seconds. I don't like that. Okay.
Cheers.
Well, why? Because it's our last night in Tokyo. That's why.
I think you smoked it.
And just like that, konnichiwa turned into sayonara. We had so much fun in Japan. So I hope that you get a chance to get over there. And I say arigatou gozaimasu. Fabulous. Thank you for watching our wonderful trip to Tokyo, Japan. And I appreciate everybody who likes and subscribes, and especially those of you who watch the complete video, because my timing needs to get longer to satisfy YouTube. So, thank you again. Sayonara and arigatou gozaimasu.